Well, Oakley, we have to say the pledge, and we can go back to.
Dinner with Chandler last night. I said I had dinner with Chandler last night. Had dinner with him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we went out for dinner. No, no. Well, I think Ruben's coming into town. Daisy's been here. Dave, you know, they're just obsessed with their grandchild. Dave. Which they should.
Thank you for, yeah, okay.
We waited.
And you just made it. Scott just got here.
That is a surprise.
Perfect. We'll like him.
Good morning. If you'd all rise, we'll call this meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody this morning. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, and as the board members who are all present this morning, Lynn, thank you. Look at the agenda. Please be patient with this. Again, this is a new platform for these meetings. So, looking at the minutes from the November 1st meeting.
And I looked those over. I didn't see anything, did
No, I did not either, I think. I mean, I saw stuff on there, but nothing I object to.
you? No. Well, that's what I meant. All right, you're all right with that, Jeff?
Yes.
I'll make a motion we accept the minutes as presented from the last meeting.
Motion to approve
I'll second that.
and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Denny, thank you, sir. It's always a good time.
Yes, sir. We are excited today to be able to recognize 3 more members of our employees for their service anniversaries. First off, for 15 years is Sergeant Lewis Fuller with the Police Department. Okay. The second one we want to recognize is Detective Ryan Moore with the Police Department for 15 years. And then last but certainly not least, for 25 years of service, Brian Davison.
Yes, there he is.
Put your certificates up, you guys.
Yeah.
No,
He's like so far away.
I know. You really have.
A few words from the chief, thank you.
I'd like to just mention to the board that Lewis Fuller, 15 years of service. Today is his last day with Warsaw PD. He's accepted a position with Columbia City Police Department as a school. Lewis has been a school resource officer for a number of years with us.
Yep.
Reaching the rank of sergeant on the street and then carrying that over into the schools. He's been a very valuable asset to the Warsaw Police Department. He's going to be missed. It's difficult, but you know, in life you make decisions for your family, and this is what Lewis is doing. He's a school resource officer, and I'll let him kind of explain his new role, but his family, his kids go to Columbia City School District, and it just makes sense for him. Being in the 77 pension fund allows officers to lateral, so he keeps his 15 years of service and picks it up in Columbia City.
Good.
Lewis?
Thanks, Lewis.
So just want to thank the city of Warsaw for 15 years, and obviously thank Chief Whitaker and the Warsaw PD as well. I'm not leaving for any other reason than family decisions. I'm very happy here. I've really enjoyed working not only with the city and the police department, but then in the Warsaw Community Schools. And I've developed a lot of friendships with the PD and the school system. And so leaving was kind of bittersweet and kind of hard, but I have a senior at Columbia City High School, and I have an 8th grader who's going to go through there. And so when they approached me with that opportunity, I wasn't looking. It just kind of approached, and talking with my wife, she was on board with me being in schools with my sons as well. So I'm gonna join that police department, and then after the process, I'm gonna move into the high school and be the SRO over there, where I get to be with my kids as well. I have some nephews there, and I coach sports over there, so I have a lot of players. So it's just kind of one of those things where I'm really happy here, but a family opportunity came, and I just didn't feel I could turn that down. So I'm very thankful for my time here, and appreciative of the opportunity to serve and the friendships I've made along the way. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the city, again, thank you for your service. Over the years, people have come up to me, stakeholders in this community, the school system, the police department, and they've always spoken very highly of you, so you will be missed. Wishing you the best, starting with your family. Thank you. All right, we'll continue to work through the agenda. No reports, oral written. There is no unfinished business. That will take us to new business, and it looks like we have opening of bids, Center Lake Pier demolition.
Yes, and we got one bid from Milestone Construction. So I guess one may be better than none.
Okay. This is from Milestone Contractors. Center Lake Pier demolition. Base bid cost, $397,838. $397,838. Aaron?
Yeah, Mayor, so that's a number I'd like to take the bid under consideration, make sure it's a complete and responsive bid, as well as ensure we would be able to financially afford to proceed. And if all that falls in place, we'll come back to the next meeting and we'll either recommend an award or recommend not an award and have to go from there. So if you would like to take.
Thank you for
advice.
your efforts to getting to this point. I know there's been a lot of work by a lot of people, including you. I'll entertain a motion to give him an opportunity to review it.
I'll move that we allow the city engineer to take this bid under advisement and return with a recommendation.
Thank
I'll
you.
second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Aaron. Next item is bid openings for the street department. Looks like micro sealing and crack sealing. Lynn?
Yes, and we got one bid for that as well.
Okay. If I'm reading this right, Dustin, the microsurfacing, and again, this is from,
Pavement Solutions, Inc.
Pavement Solutions, Inc., thanks, Lynn. Microsurfacing, warranted and multiple course. It looks like $5.45 per yard, square yard, is that correct? SYD, that sound right?
Square yard, yes.
Square yard. So it's $5.45 per square yard. And then the cracks in the asphalt pavement and filling is $1.50 per pound. That's $1.50 per pound. Is that what you were looking for? Okay. Any recommendation to the Board of Works?
If we could cycle back here at the end of the meeting, let me look these over, make sure they filled out all the paperwork correctly and stuff, and then we'll probably go ahead and recommend an award. Still yet this meeting, but if we can circle back to it, I'll look at those.
Okay.
So I'd make a motion, we table this until the street superintendent has the time to review it and bring it back.
Motion to table for review. Thanks, Diane. Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
There's a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item is traffic signal modernization, Main and Lake Street. Lynn? Or Dustin? What are we looking at?
This is just a normal action item here, Mayor. This is, sealed bids were open for the traffic signal modernization on November 1st meeting. We received 3 bids. The bid from Michiana Contracting came in at $360,642. Based on a recommendation from USI Consultants, we're asking the board to go ahead and award the traffic signal modernization project to Michiana Contracting. That's what we're here for. We had, appropriations out of our street main budget, and then wheel tax as well will be where the funding's coming from to pay for this project.
Okay, thanks for helping me with that. So it's Michiana Contracting, $360,642, your recommendation. Any questions from the board?
No, I'll move we award the traffic signal modernization to them as recommended by Dustin.
Thank you, George. Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Dustin.
Can I have a brief technical issue question?
Yes.
My screen is way too large and I can't get it to go down.
Okay.
It used to have a little
Appreciate
magnifying
everybody's
glass.
patience with this.
It
and-
used to have a magnifying glass up here, but it's gone.
Is everybody's fingers crossed here?
Yeah, but it's easier to see that way, isn't it, Diane?
Well, yeah, but I can't see the whole letter. I can see 3 sentences. I know, it won't do anything. Okay, well, we might not be able to fix it right now. I just,
Oh, there we go.
what did you do?
Okay, so hold control down.
Yeah.
Hold it down and then use the wheel.
Okay.
If you go either, see how I'm messing with the, I'm rolling the wheel.
Okay.
With control down once you open the document.
Got it.
Okay?
Is that about the size that you want there?
Smaller. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
Oh, there you got it. Good. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
No worries.
I know, last week we had a little thing that we could push. and now
We've
we
just been so fortunate with Board Pack, and now this, it's good, but it's a different layout, and so appreciate everybody's patience. City Lakes and Car Show, there's a road closure request. Good morning.
So, yeah, we're with the Morning Optimist Club, me and Chris Williams. My name's Tom Tierney, and we're requesting that Sunday, May 18th, 2025, that we, if we're able to close off some of the roads on the map from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. that day for our annual car show.
Excellent.
We've notified the businesses that are open on Sundays on those roads, as you requested.
Seems like I was walking around. Yeah, it's just
Yes.
amazing. Here we go again. So,
Yes.
it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The event is from noon to 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this
Yes.
would be for May 18th of 2025. Warsaw Breakfast Optimist Club. Thanks, Tom. Any further comments, Tom?
No, I believe that's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
I make a motion that we approve this road closure request.
I'll second that.
Yeah, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Guys have it. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Yes, for your time.
Dustin, pay application.
Yeah, it took a quick break, but I'm back. So, on this, just submitted here, pay application number 2 from Penn and Brown. This is in the amount of $1,337.50. This was part of reconstruction on Frontage Road, as awarded. This is our pay application was through our Community Crossings grant. But again, yeah, $1,337.50 on this pay application.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
No, I'll move to approve the payout.
Motion to approve
I'll second that.
and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Dustin.
And then next one, we have the final pay application for this project, which was Frontage Road and Lake Village Lane, on being milled, resurfaced, full depth patch, as well as new pavement markings. This pay application would be $8,153.38 for Frontage Road, and then the Lake Village Lane portion would be $7,763.38 for a total of $15,916.76.
So the two projects that you line item, it's one pay application totaling $15,916.76, correct?
That is correct.
Any questions from the board?
Now, did you say this is the final one?
This will be the final pay application, correct?
Okay, and are we releasing what we hold back at this point then?
That includes retainage.
Yeah.
They've been finished with work for some time.
That's what I thought.
It just took them a while to put their billings together and
Okay.
everything. So we're satisfied completely with the work and comfortable
Yep.
releasing the retainage.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the payout.
Motion to
second that.
approve and a second. Sorry, Diane, for interrupting you. Any
interrupt.
further discussion? Call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Dustin, one more item, community crossings.
Yes, this one, again, Lake Village Lane was, or Frontage Road was part of our January submittal for community crossings, as well as the second project that is still going on North Lincoln Street. But in July, we had applied for the second round of community crossings for a project out on 300 North. So just asking the board, we found out here on November 7th that we were awarded the grant. So just asking for your approval and the acceptance of the award in the amount of $493,000 and $510.50.
Dustin, thank you.
I'll make a motion that we accept this bid in the amount of $493,510.50 and give the street superintendent the ability to accept it.
Second.
Motion to accept the grant, again, $493,510.50 and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you, Dustin.
And then would you like to do the,
Feel free to, you good?
yeah, to jump back in on
Yeah,
that?
thank you.
So would like to go ahead and ask the bid, or the board to award the microsurfacing as well as crack sealing, both items, to Pavement Solutions. They have filled out all their paperwork. The city's been doing business with Pavement Solutions for many years on both of these microsurfacing and crack sealing. So very comfortable with awarding them the bid.
With that, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Dustin, thank you.
That's
Yeah. Aaron, Roof Plaza, repairs and improvements.
Okay, as you all probably know, for some time, we've dealt with certain building envelope and roof leaks around City Hall. And one of the main culprits for years has been what we're referring to as the rooftop plaza, and that's the gathering space over here on the west side of the building, above a portion of the first floor right here. So we've been working with Garland DBS to do evaluations and do infiltration testings and really dig into what the root of the problems are to ensure that the solution that we're going to come up with would be effective and take care of the problems that we've been frustrated with for some time now. So that's what this project is. It has the opportunity to, so we're talking about removing a portion of removing the entire deck. Topping slab is the formal term, and then removing the ephes, which is the wall pieces up to the window level, and being able to put a waterproofing membrane and new, what would we call it? Lapped water resistant barriers along the walls and down along the whole floor, and then pouring back a new topping slab after we've buttoned it all up there. It gives us the opportunity not only to fix the leaking problems, but also make that a functional space that currently doesn't serve much purpose. But if you've not been up there, it's a nice spot. So at the same time, we're going to be able to pour a concrete that is more aesthetically pleasing and be able to set up whatever we may choose to set up there. I think the idea is we could put a couple picnic tables or just have some break spots or lunch spots, and you could probably use it for a lot of different things once it's cleaned up there. And this will include fixing up the railings, buttoning up the space underneath it. that has taken a lot of water damage. And it's a shed that certain organizations like to use to store stuff, but it keeps getting ruined due to the water damage. So this project it has a handful of things that are going to be fixed, but the main point of it was the roof leaks that we're seeing coming in and over the utility clerks area particularly, and in some of these bathrooms and such over here. So we've worked with with Garland to come up with the scope of work that I just described to you. And they are actually they're part of a cooperative purchasing organization where they've already locked in material purchasing prices. Maybe city attorney may elaborate a little bit more on that, but I just want to share the procurement element of this that's where they fit there. So we were able to work directly with them as a turnkey to provide a fee for this, knowing that we've already got competitively bid prices that have been accepted by other government agencies. So it saves us the steps to utilize that purchasing tool, which we do for lots of different things around here. So unless there's questions, I'll jump to it. The proposal to complete these improvements is $174,974. And we've worked with the mayor's office to put the fundings in place to accomplish this, and we felt it was important enough to dedicate the funds to it. And I'm here today to ask your approval to proceed with this contract.
And you will see it's been a lot of effort here. The contract worksheet, you'll see dollars from 2023 that have been targeted, and dollars from this year, and then what we're using for next year's budget. It's basically repairs, maintenance for this entire building.
So it's under repairs and maintenance rather than
It's-
capital improvement? or-
It would be, Aaron, you'd have to help me, I can't remember the
With
dollars
looking at the
coming
numbers.
from each budgeted fund. Lynn might be able to help too.
It's repairs and maintenance.
That's what I thought. It was repair. Thank you for helping me, Lynn.
Okay, yep.
Good.
Someday you'll have those numbers on there.
That's-
Man. But a lot of hands on, a lot of effort, and it is obviously something that needs to be addressed, so.
Yep.
Any
Yeah, it does, and
questions?
thank you. I relied on the mayor's office to work with where the funds and such come from. I tend to just work on the details and get the prices, and then how we fund and pay for stuff is usually goes on to someone else to determine that stuff.
A lot of work, because it's been several months now trying to get to this point.
It has.
I appreciate your
It's
efforts.
a complex little project, and there wasn't a lot of contractors that were real interested in that kind of work. 'Cause it's going to be tedious and painful, but that's what going with Garland. They want a relationship. They're the folks who did our police station roof a few years ago, and have been a great company to work with. And the fact that they already have pricing that's accepted competitively and known to be the lowest government pricing that can be offered just makes it a great opportunity to work directly with them.
It's good to know.
Any questions or concerns?
I think I understand.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the request.
I make a motion that we approve the contract with Garland DBS for $174,974 for the roofing materials and services for the City Hall rooftop plaza.
There's a motion to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Thanks again, Aaron, for your work, Scott, assistance there, and Lynn. I'll call the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Plan Department. Sidewalks. Love it. Yep.
So before you have pay up 13 for the Lincoln Neighborhood Sidewalk Project. This is for the construction inspection services for that project. The pay application is in the amount of $40,103.48. You will notice that this pay app exhausts the entire fee for that contract, but this is not our final pay application that we will expect for this project. And how that works is we
I've been in discussions with our consultant, and there was a need, because of some of the complexities of the project, for there to be a supplemental contract or an amendment to this contract. We'll have to run it through the channels when that contract is presented to us. But we have been in discussions with our consultant to make sure that that amount does not exceed $20,000 is where we think that contract amendment would be. Once we receive that amendment, we'll take it to NDOT and make a request for additional funds for this project. We do feel it's a reasonable request, given the issues that we've had with the project to this point. So I just wanted to give you the whole picture of what we were doing today is approving this pay app, but knowing that there will be an additional amount that will be needed for the completion of this project.
It has been, the response has been very, very positive. Again, I live close to that area, so I drive through, and many of my neighbors have made comments, and Justin and others have been able to navigate through this major project, having a huge impact on the entire area. Here recently, it's been tree planting that has happened, and I forget, you may not know, putting you on the spot, how many trees have been targeted, but it's a lot, and that's been the newest thing that I've seen anyway.
Yep.
So,
And that's one of the final buttons. We're going to have to do a punch list and close it out, but that was one of the final project items. In addition to, we have some ADA things that we'll have to look at and make sure everything's acceptable to NDOT, but those are the final kind of items we'll have to look at to close this thing out.
that entire area moving north from Main Street, it's completely different from Lincoln to School to McKinley Park. It's incredible.
I just happened to go through there yesterday.
It's
Again, and every time I go out there, I'm amazed by the transformation.
different look, yeah.
It's great.
So, yeah, thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll move we approve the pay app 13 for the sidewalk project.
Thanks, George. A second?
I'll second that.
Thanks, Diane. Motion and a second. Thanks again, Justin. Any further comments? You good? Okay. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Police Department. Chief Whitaker. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The police department, along with the fire department, just requesting authorization to enter into another year of service equipment for Pro Air Midwest. The police will be for the amount of $1,430, fire department for $2,948. Both were budgeted in 2025. This is for 2025.
Working together with the fire department, I think I remember the fire territory meeting, if I'm correct, this being discussed. So police department, $1,430, and the fire department, $2,948.
This is air for your dive tanks.
Yes. And the reason that we're doing this together is so that it's a one trip. So we're basically being invoiced and we split the invoice, but so we don't get hit with two service trips or trip charges.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve this contract with Pro Air Midwest for the police and the fire department both.
Second.
Thank you, Diane and George. Any further comments, Chief?
No.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you. We have another item.
Are they coaching you or something today?
So I'm
I'm
not
without
the
my
only one
material,
having trouble
so-
with my program.
It takes a team, yeah. So, Chief, I think this is,
Lane Sumner.
yes, an agreement with Lane Sumner.
Yeah, the amount is the same as the year prior, just has to re-enter it to the same agreement for 2025.
Any questions for the chief?
No, I'll move we approve the agreement as presented.
Did you have a comment?
Well, I did have a comment. I know you're going to approve this, but I have taken notice that the last few years there seems to be more of a focus on the mental health and mental well-being of our first responders. I think you all recognize how important that is. And know the chief and I know Joel Schilling recognizes that, but I think they go through a lot of difficult stuff. So I think having Lane there for them and some of the other stuff they're doing is pretty important. So I'm glad they're doing it.
I appreciate those comments. Thanks, Scott.
I know he enjoys doing it.
Really good, very supportive.
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to approve. I don't think did we get that, Lynn, helping me out?
The motion was made, but it hasn't been called on.
Okay.
So I need
And
to second it,
seconded,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I started making a motion. and
Okay.
Scott had those good comments.
So we do have a motion and a second, is that correct?
Yes.
Good. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it. Again, thanks, Scott, for those comments. Thanks, Chief. Our 25-year man.
There's gonna be a big party at the plants day, I think.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it is Friday. It's a double whammy. And payday.
I think this is education and involvement program with Gray Schools and Little
Yeah,
Little
this
Center
is-
for Lakes and Streams.
This is the third year of an agreement we entered into with them a few years ago. So they've installed some meters and do testing over the last 2 years. So this is the end of this 3-year agreement with them. It is some good information we get both on the quality of the lakes and streams in this area, but also for some drainage issues and knowing what the flows in and out of lakes are. And it'll help us in the future with some stormwater projects.
And I would like to attest just that we're using this both at the Lilly Center and the Watershed Foundation to partner with the city and the county, looking at issues. And it's kind of fun if you've never gotten on it. You can watch it in real time and see exactly what's coming into the lake. So we can actually see now when we have major storm events, what's coming in, how much is going out, and we can use that as another tool with our geo system on Pike Lake to predict flooding and some things like that. So it's been a good investment, and they are both working, so that's good too.
I've said it before, this is just so important. It's our third year. The amount is $19,850.
Right, and it's down a little bit. The other 2 years included meters being installed, so now we're pretty much at the maintenance phase of this. And moving forward, this will be a more typical dollar amount, unless we decide to put meters in other locations. But
It's so important, and like Diane is saying, you know, I look over at the city seal, the city of lakes since 1850, it's still critical, and then our county. Appreciate your efforts here, Brian, and thanks, Diane, for your comments.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion that we approve this contract with Grace Schools Lilly Center for Lakes and Streams.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Again, thank you, Brian. Call the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Another item, G&G Hauling Pay App. Brian?
So this is essentially the final pay app minus the retainage for the project down there at Kelly Park, the pond. So that $3,671.75 kind of is the final payment for the work and the materials. And then that next action item on the agenda is the release of retainage. So this project is complete.
Yay.
Yeah, such a good thing. And $500,000 project. Yeah, it's just incredible. We're down to 3,000. Is that right? $3,671.75.
Is a final payment. Well,
Final.
right, minus retainage.
Right. Thank you, Brian. Any questions for Brian?
No, I'll move we approve the pay app number 6 for Kelly Park.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second to accept. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
So yeah, then the next
Keeping it
item
easy. Yeah, Brian? Go ahead.
is the release of retainage for that Kelly Pond project. We've been through the project and got all the punch list items. We are ready to close it out and give them their retainage.
And that amount is $25,046.56, correct?
Correct.
I'll move we approve that pay app number 7 too.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
I'll second that.
And a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Shoreline,
The next item, yeah, the
Restoration.
shoreline restoration, we opened those bids, last Board of Works, is that right? 2 Board of Works ago? So this is just signing the contract with G&G to perform the work. 2 locations, the Kiwanis Park there at Winona Lake where the boat ramp, public boat ramp is, that shoreline there. And then Pike Lake, kind of around where the fireman's building is.
I'll make a motion that we approve this contract with G&G Hauling for the shoreline restoration project.
Second.
there's a motion and a second. And Brian, I'm seeing in the memo, apologize if you already said it, but stormwater utility, this is a 75% reimbursement. Is that-
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to bring that back
Did
up.
you not say it? Okay, go ahead.
At the last meeting, I said we had just gotten the approval letter that they were going to reimburse us for 75%. And so that letter is in there with that contract. So yes, it is, we are getting a 75% reimbursement on that project from the, it's not the
Watershed Foundation.
Watershed Foundation, yes. Too many
Yeah, I was reading it
acronyms.
to you.
running
I
through my
wasn't
head.
lit, I was reading it, and then, yeah, so we got through it. I think they know what we're talking about. Yeah, good. It's a good thing.
25 long years, huh?
Yeah, you
Right.
got a motion and a second, is that correct? Right? Okay, thank you. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. 25 years, Brian, we're keeping you busy today.
Yeah, we've got
Man.
end of the year trying to get money spent and,
Is
so
this
the next
timber-
one is the Prairie and Lake Street storm improvements.
Yes, item 17 on the agenda, thank you.
We had opened those bids also when we did the shoreline. And we are just wanting to sign that contract with G&G to get that project underway.
Prairie and Lake Street, $387,404.35.
Yeah, the engineer estimate was like 333, I believe, so we're close to, it was one of these that we just had a single bid, but it was a competitive bid. It was close to engineer estimates and
Do you remember that? Any questions for Brian?
No, I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
A second.
And a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
is there more?
Last item? Or are we
I'm
close?
I'm getting caught up here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm having, so it's item 18. I'm looking at it right. Timber Ridge and Deer Ridge.
Oh,
is
yeah,
that what-
Timber Ridge. So this is a project, it's actually getting ready to go to bid for Phase 1, but this is an amendment to that original design contract to take us through the rest of Phase 1, getting it bid, and then starting to at least a 30% design point on Phase 2, which is a pretty major phase as well, hopefully to be a project in 2025. If you're not familiar, it's a neighborhood, kind of sits, what'd you say, northeast of like the Menards area. Big neighborhood. It was a neighborhood we took over from the county, and there's very little storm. It's pretty much all surface flow. Well, it's a considerable surface flow at points, and so we're working to try and get some of this underground, try and stop some erosion, trying to help a few of the residents in that area. So that's what this project is for. The the funds we receive, like through ARPA and some of the COVID funds, those have definitely helped allow us to move some of these projects forward with the stormwater program.
And this amendment.
So this is a $100,000 amendment to this contract to get us to that next. There will probably be 3 phases ultimately in this neighborhood, and this will get us to a design point in phase 2.
Any questions for Brian?
I have a question for Lynn. Does, when we do an amendment like this, it doesn't count against it, does it? Like that we can only go 20% over before DLGF gets involved? Is it a different type of thing?
I believe the 20% is for like a change order. If you add, this is for a service, and we're adding
It's
to the
not-
scope of the service.
Yeah, it's not like for the work, it's,
Okay, so,
would you agree, Scott?
I would agree. So the change order is to try to prevent you from taking your project and the materials and the labor for the project different. This is for design services that they had to implement, and so they're allowed to amend.
I just wanted to be
design
sure.
service
Yeah.
aspect of it.
That's a good question.
Just having sat in a couple of those reviews, when that comes up, I just wanted to know where this fell.
Any other questions for Brian?
No, I'll move we approve the amendment after the explanation.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it.
Thank you.
I guess we'll let you sit down.
All right.
Thanks,
Take a
Brian.
break.
25 years, thank you.
Yeah, he deserves a rest.
There we go, yeah.
Just means getting old.
Denny, new hire and change in payroll report. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Got a couple things on there. 2 different things for our parking control officer. We're increasing his hours from 35 hours to 37 and a half hours per week. And then also, he has finished his animal control classes, and we're going to add that stipend to his pay as well. And then the other is an equipment operator that we hired at the street department. It's about a month overdue. I just noticed that we didn't get him on the list before, so that's doing some cleanup.
I've really appreciated Dallas's efforts with enforcement here downtown. And then you see animal control working with Dana. They've been working well together, and it's just good to see this. On
I
this
like his
report.
truck.
Yeah, aren't those neat? Yeah, good. We want everybody to know that they're around, you know,
Yeah,
you can see them, that's
You can
right.
definitely
I
see
wanted that, and the chief and others have helped with that, but these guys, day to day are at work and promoting fair play and good play, so.
I'll move we approve the new hire and change payroll report.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Travel request, Denny?
Yeah, we got 2 travel requests. They're, one's for myself and Joel Schilling. Chief Schilling and I are going to go down to Plainfield and take a class on the Fair Labors and Standards Act for the fire department. There's a lot of differences between that act when it comes to regular employees and then police and fire employees. So this is going to be a 3-day class put on by a fire department expert. That way we know that we are doing the right things for our firemen. So it's going to be a learning experience for both Chief Schilling and I.
You know, I think a great opportunity, our new chief, and then with Denny continuing to navigate through all of this. And also, if I understand right, it can be difficult to get to a class like this. You may have to travel all the way to California or
Right,
something. to get-
last year we had requested to be able to go to one, it was in Arizona. That was the closest one we could find. Somehow Plainfield got one scheduled and we were able to jump on and
Is
get
that the
registered.
one where the mean old new mayor said, no, you're not going that far?
You know, he's doing his due diligence.
Yeah, so this one comes up and it's just a great opportunity and a lot cheaper, obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks, Denny.
Yes.
Any questions on any of them?
Now I'll make a motion that we approve this travel request.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Danny. Claims.
Did you get your special claims?
Yeah,
so
special claims. Thanks, Lynn. What are we looking at here?
The airport terminal had some problems earlier this year, and evidently Corp had to do something plumbing, and the insurance cost didn't pay for that, so now Nick is asking for that payment.
So we're gonna be reimbursed for this, right?
It's no reimbursement.
There is no,
No.
oh, this is after.
Yeah, I don't know all the details. I wish Nick would have been here to fill you guys in, but he's not, so.
Is this related to the loss of the kitchen and all that?
Yes,
With the
yeah,
LA
for
was-
the water leaks they had.
He did have a mess over there.
He did have a mess.
Yes, it was.
Irregardless, Core Mechanical has to be paid, so
Mhm.
I'll make a motion, we accept the special claim.
Thanks, George. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Appreciate it, Lynn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Now to the claims docket.
I looked those over. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I
You see
think,
anything on there, question?
Ask
Lynn.
Carol, look at that. Thanks, Lynn, for that. Are there any questions?
I'll make a motion then we present the claims docket as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 The ayes have it. Thank you. Any questions or comments from anybody that's still here? Larry, you've been awful quiet back there. I need you to come up here. I have a few questions for you. Yeah, want to talk about the Center Lake and the lights and how that's going with the holiday season. And I put you on the spot here, but what's the timeline like?
Come on.
Yeah, come on up here. Yeah. I'm picking on you.
It's coming along well.
Yeah.
We've got most of the lights up. We're getting ready to put the manger scene up and the pixel trees the first of next week. We look to try it by the end of the week and go through it, make sure everything's working. It's set to open December 6th, 4 o'clock, and run until the January 1st. So
I was at your department, I think, a month ago, and I caught the guys building a tree.
yes, brand new
and
pixel tree.
programming a tree,
Yeah.
and incredible.
Yeah, we're lucky to have an electrician on staff that
Yeah.
has really dived into that. And we used to farm out the pixel tree work, but now he understands that, and we did some incredible things, built a brand new one. We have some prep packages that we can make into Happy Meals and everything else, and it's going to be really neat. So, yeah.
Appreciate all that.
We're
I think
getting
I
ready for
mentioned
it.
last year, we
Yep.
got an Arby's sandwich, and my wife
Yep.
goes, "We're gonna go see the lights."
There you
I
go.
What? She goes, "We're gonna go see it." So everybody, it's just such a neat thing. So
Yeah.
thanks,
No,
Larry,
thanks.
for all.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
my family plans their Christmas
It's-
gathering around being able to come and see
We're gonna go
those.
look at the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, thanks, Larry. Anything else? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I want to say one more thing.
Oh, Diane, thank
The
you.
street department's doing an awesome job trying to keep up with all these leaves and rain and holidays, and just really appreciate. I mean, one day Oakley's like, "Mom, look out the window," and it's like 7:30 in the morning, and they're out there picking up leaves. So, just I know overtime is maybe not the favorite for your department, but please express the thanks of the citizens that they are willing to do that for us. Yeah.
Denny and I had the privilege, was it a quarterly review? Yeah, a quarterly review, to go have lunch with his entire staff, and
Nice.
and Dustin went through all of the things that have happened this summer into fall and now heading into winter. And every time I listen to him and I see the big jumbo screen with all the stuff they're doing, not only am I amazed, but I think all the guys that are working there, they're like, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff that we are actually doing here in the community. So Dustin, I may need you to go to council and give us a update on that. It's impressive. So, all right. Anything else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn now.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Have a very good and safe weekend.
hit it?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, my computer rebooted since it asked me every 5
Have
seconds.
you?
Okay. It's rebooting, so to make a systems update. But it kept asking me for